Good morning, folks. This is Kimberly Jessica reporting in live today on an early morning here in Hollywood, California. It is 7 o'clock a.m. And, of course, it has to be an important person in the beauty, fashion, and business world for us to be up this early. It's pretty exciting, and I'm really happy today that I am having the opportunity to chat it up with Peter Abruzzo from Prom Guys and tuxedo. Peter, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Yay! We finally are getting this interview done. How are you today, Peter? How's the weather and how's the East Coast?
Actually, I'm in Chicago and the weather is beautiful today.
Oh, you're in Midland. You're in the middle of the USA.
Yes, I am.
Has it started getting cold yet? Is the weather changing?
No, it's 80 degrees today, so it seems like it's going to be that way through the weekend, and then next week it starts to go to 70, and then probably the week after it'll go to 60, and then kind of stay there for a while.
Oh God, I remember living in Great Lakes. I was in the Navy, and we did boot camp in Great Lakes, and it was in April. And God, I froze. I thought I was going to die.
Well, in the winter,
it was so cold. Huh?
It was brutal in the winter, that's for sure. If Chicago had great weather like LA, there wouldn't be enough space because it's a great city.
Oh man, I toured the city. You know, I went and had dinner, and you know, it's a beautiful city. But I thought I was going to die when I was in boot camp. It was so cold. But anyway, yeah, Chicago's nothing to play with. I grew up in Massachusetts, and you know, Massachusetts has brutal winters too. Anywhere in New England, you know, you're shoveling snow and the boss is calling in, like, what time are you going to be at work? I'm like, dude, I'm underneath like 11 inches of snow, and you want to know, 11 feet of snow, and you want to know what time I'm getting there as soon as they clear the snow. So it's kind of funny. But anyway, thank you so much for interviewing with us here today at Huffington Post, and this is going to be on iTunes and TuneIn, and it's going to go to quite a few places. So there's going to be a little syndication we got going on here.
Well, that's great.
You know,
we have a lot
yeah. So, you know, I see here you're in the business basically of making girls crazy about sharp-dressed men. You know, I love ZZ Top, so I love a man that dresses well. Tell me what prompted you to get into the elegant dressing of men and teen guys.
So I've been in this business literally my whole life and built some pretty amazing companies in the space. To the highest level, built the largest homeware company in the U.S. And when I saw this model that came over from the U.K., it piqued my interest, and I accepted the CEO position to run North America. The space is, you know, it's an exciting space. It's a happy space because we're doing someone's wedding. That's the most important day of their life, they say. And we're also dealing with Prom Guy. We're dressing the high school students, but we're doing it with some really cool things that has not been in the marketplace. So we're bringing back color. We're bringing back, you know, very slim fit pants. We're integrating with Prom Girl, that's the leader in the space. So saying all that, you know, we're stepping outside the box in style, which is important when you're in the fashion business. Mm-hmm. So when I say that, we're really living up to what we say. You know, we're going to be different than everybody else in style, and that's what these young men want today. And then when we go into the wedding space, we did something that's very unique. We partnered up with 4 of the top bridal manufacturers, and that's Allure, Macherie, Alfred Angelo, and Justin Alexander. And we actually matched their fabrics, their bridesmaids' fabrics, exactly with the same dye, same color, so we really can give the perfect match. So when a wedding party, you know, they're all there in their pictures. We'll color coordinate the bridesmaids with the groomsmen, and that's a big advantage, you know, for us because we look at it as spending marketing dollars by having so many different colors, and we have 120 of them. But by having 120, it really gives everybody that perfect match. So we're able to facilitate it. The other thing that's different about this model is we ship 2 weeks before the wedding. And that's a big advantage because we also can give everybody the perfect fit. So normal model, if you go to a brick and mortar formal wear store, they would go in, they have to get measured, then they have to come in 2 days before the wedding, pick it up, and drop it back off the next day. 2 days before the wedding, there's a lot going on.
That's a death wish.
Yeah, and then if there's something wrong, which there's always that possibility, they have to rush back to that store again to get the next day or even the same day of the wedding. With our model, we opened up a 244,000 square foot facility in Memphis. So we have the state-of-the-art equipment, dry cleaning equipment. We use an Ozone there that no one does in the U.S., but we do it. So after our stuff goes through dry cleaning, it goes into an Ozone chamber. And what Ozone does, it kills all bacteria. And our product is wool. It's a really cool concept because when that thing comes out, it's like brand new every single time. There's no odor to it. It's a brand new experience, and we're really going for the quality that companies kind of fell off and are not doing, and we're taking that extra step. So the 2-week delivery time is key because they get it. And the other thing is we're in Memphis, is our main facility. It's very, very large. And we're connected with FedEx. And that's the home of FedEx is Memphis. That's why we chose Memphis. So we deliver 2 weeks before. If they have an issue, they call our customer service line or they chat with us. And they say, our pants are an inch too short. We say, okay, we'll send you a new pair right now, way in advance of the wedding. They get it. We tell them, keep the other pair and just ship it all back to us in our pre-labeled box. Shipping is free, and everybody's happy. So that's kind of the model, and it really makes me feel good as being the CEO of the company that I can satisfy every customer in America. And the other part of it is we're the only online company that really has these exclusive designer partnerships. So it's not just our brand. We have real brands. So, we have the Monterey brand, help them with their designers. We have Justin Alexander. We have Allure. We have Michael Kors. So we have these top brands, top quality, and our prices are very, very reasonable for what's out there in the marketplace.
Wow. That's a huge. That's unlike anything I've ever seen, actually, or heard of. I mean, for the fact that you partner up, I was really enthused with the Ozone part of it when you said it. So does that now the Ozone when you're cleaning the suit because cleansing it, like you said, it comes out like a brand new suit. Does that change the quality or the fabric, or is it kind of like a dry cleaning?
It helps it. So that's another thing. It really does. I mean, a normal dry cleaning process. With the traditional dry clean, you're pushing it through all these fluids and everything else. But by doing this Ozone stuff of it, we don't have to put it through all of that because we know we're going to kill all the bacteria with the Ozone. And that's a key thing. So when our product, I can honestly tell you this, when our product comes out and we run it through a specialized steam tunnel and pressing equipment, and it's really cool stuff. Kind of the process, and this all came from the UK. They brought it over here. So they do it over there now, and it's the ACS group, and they have a 40% market share in the UK. And our product when it gets finished, it looks brand new. And because of the 2-week delivery time, the normal process in formal wear is these companies have it, and they have to turn it every single week, and they have to get 10, 12 turns on every garment for the year. Our model, we only need to get 4 turns per year because we bought more inventory. So by doing that, we don't get that. We've built in our margins, and we don't really have to turn our garments that many times, so there's no wear to it. And they really look brand new. The box that we ship in is all custom made. We put bubble wrap in it, so when it's shipped by FedEx, it doesn't move around in the box. We kind of thought through every process to give that customer, the perfect look, the perfect fit, and the perfect match.
Wow. I also noticed that you have a unique service in the try-on at home. That's like a total VIP service. How did you come up with that idea?
Actually, we both, myself and the CEO from the UK, we came up with it, and we just tweaked it a little bit. So now we have our stylist. So if someone comes on our site and they pick the black allure, and the black allure has like a little bit of a stripe in the fabric. So what we're doing now is we're only shipping the coat only, because we just want them to get to see what our garments are all about. This is just a trial. But we're having our stylist send them one other jacket. So we'll send them the black Justin Alexander, which is a Super 140, the finest fabric ever put out there in rental. And we want them so they can compare with our own garments. If they do that, and the other piece of it is we send them 2 pocket squares that'll match up with their color palette. So they get to see and feel our garment, feel the fabrics, match up their color palette, and then they ship it back to us. And what we're doing is if someone orders a 40 regular, we send them a 40 regular and then a 42 regular, because when they do go on to order, we can really help them with our stylists make sure that they get the right size that's the perfect fit.
Oh, my gosh. That's
so,
how did you come up with that idea? Can you tell us how you came up with that idea?
So, I've had a lot of years of experience in business, and by having all these years of experience, it just...
You try to think of every possible thing.
Every possible thing that will make the customer happy. I can tell you our close rate is very high when people get our product and they see what it's all about and they feel the fabrics. If they go and shop and compare and go into a brick and mortar, they will see immediately that our quality is so much better than what's out there in the marketplace. And that's what we're banking on. We're banking on giving the customer that perfect tuxedo that's going to look custom made for them. And we also just came up with a new measuring mechanism. And this is really, really cool because everybody's been trying to come up with how are you going to measure, the big question is when you're doing an online business, how do you get the perfect measurement? Well, we came up with an algorithm that if someone will give us their height and their weight, that will kind of we'll kind of know exactly where they should go. And then the big thing is the length of their pants. So what we're telling them, take a pair of pants out of your closet that you think fits you perfect. And you measure it from hip to hip, times that by 2, and that's your waist measurement. Then the length, you just flip up the pants and measure from the crotch to the bottom of the pants, and that's the inseam. So we're having them measure their own clothes that they feel fits them perfect. We just switched over to this new model, and I can tell you, because I look at exchange rates, our exchange rates have dropped dramatically. And
wow.
It really gives that customer that exclusive fit that they are accustomed to. And I can tell you, it doesn't matter what pair of pants it is. It could be their jeans. And I can tell you, I wear a 34 jean, but I wear a 36 dress pant. But if I take off my 34 jeans right now and do that measurement, it's going to measure 18 across, even though it says 34, and I times that by 2, and it's going to say 36. And it's kind of really cool, and it can be done in minutes. So what we do is we have all these bridal partners, and we give them free tape measures to give out to all their brides and grooms. So we have retail partners. I'm proud to say we just signed a really big deal, and this is probably the first to know because I just signed this deal. I always felt that the online business, it's here to stay, and it's going to get stronger and stronger every year for everything I just explained. But I always thought we needed an omni-channel. And we did start, with bridal retailers, which see the brides first. And I tried to find that perfect business that really fits what we do best. And I was able to accomplish that. And I just signed Things Remembered that has 600 stores nationwide.
Wow.
And those stores, they sell hundreds of thousands of weddings, and it's really the champagne and engraved flutes. But the nice part about it is they sell that at the perfect time when people are thinking about getting married.
Wow.
That's a great partnership, and that's going to give us a big edge. And not only is it going to give us a big edge, it's going to give me 600 mall stores across the country overnight. We're launching October 18th, and that's going to be a big deal. We're also working with several celebrities right now.
That was my next question. Have you ever dressed any celebrities, and if so, who?
Yeah, so we have, and I can get that list. We set a lot of them for the Emmys. We just dressed someone, and I really don't even know the name, to be honest with you, but we have. But we're doing some celebrity partnerships. So we're in talks with Damon John. We're also in talks with Randy Jackson. And we're doing with Prom Guy, we're doing a thing with New District. It's a new boy band backed by Randy Jackson. So these are things that we're thinking outside the box. But I can.
Yeah, because those guys, these celebrities, we're always at red carpets. There's not a month that goes by in Hollywood, or a week or a day that goes by. Literally, Peter, there's not a day that goes by that there's not an event in Hollywood. There's not a day that goes by that somebody here doesn't need a suit. So, I mean, geez, are you in Hollywood? Are you in California?
No, I'm in Chicago, but I'm in California all the time.
No, but I'm saying, is any of your, are you opening any stores in California as well?
Yes. Yeah, well, the things you remember, we're in every state. And we also have bridal stores that are our partners in every state. We're also talking with designers that dress the red carpet, so we've been doing that. And we also just been talking to Tristan DeBerg, who's a Snapchat king. And Tristan's going to be doing a lot of stuff with us on the Prom Guy site, because Prom Guy is a really powerful site. We're launching our new site November 15th. It's going to be all interactive, and it's connected with Prom Girl. That's the leader in the space. So when the girl buys the dress first. So when she buys the dress, we know what color she is. We send her an invitation that she automatically transfer it over to her date, and our stylist design. Or we show them several styles, what we think they should wear, and we give them the pocket square and bow tie to exactly match her dress. So it's going back to that perfect match. So the Prom Guy is a really exciting venture for us. And so is Exito. I mean, Exito will handle the weddings and the special events, and Prom Guy will handle prom. But I can tell you, we have so many things that we are working on daily that we're going to be into 30,000 high schools across America. Another deal that we just signed is with Tim Tebow. So I love him. Yeah, so Tim Tebow is doing a thing called Night to Shine on February 10th. We're the exclusive partner with them to supply all the formalwear for that event. It's in 450 churches, 225,000 attendees.
Wow.
And, we're really excited to work with them. We're giving them, it's actually below our cost, and we're donating $20 back to the Tim Tebow Foundation on every single rental. So it could generate a lot of money for these underprivileged children. And that's those are things that make me feel good and make me come to work every day. And
Wow. I also love the fact that you have tuxes for under $100 as well. So it's also affordable.
Very affordable. And I can tell you our high end, we're always under $200, but our high end is equivalent to, $1,200 or $1,400 tuxedo that our competitors, their high end is I don't want to put a number on it, but it doesn't even come close. It's really just the customer to experience it. We give them the experience with the free try-on. So brides and grooms, months before their wedding can try it on for free. There's no obligation. And we as a little token, when they order that free try-on, we give them a $100 restaurant.com card. So we say, try it on us for free, and then go to dinner on us. So there's little things that we do that are a little bit different, and there's no obligation to it. We just know that if we get that product into their hands and they feel it and they touch it, they will know that this is the right company to go with. And when you rent formal wear, you really want to rent from a company like ours that's well capitalized, that has the newest and the finest product, because you're renting it. And you don't want, in some of these places, they rent their garments 40 and 50 times. And believe me, they look like it. Ours, I can honestly tell you that every single rental that goes out looks brand new. And we take that extra step. And that's what's going to make the difference going forward, not only for our company, it's going to be for all companies across America. you have to take the extra step, or the consumer was going to catch on right away because the internet has changed the world with reviews and all these different things. And our reviews are all great. People, I hear this every day. We use your service. How great it is. We can't wait to tell our brother, our friends. And, we're just starting. 2017 is going to be a massive year for us. And, we're excited about it. But I'm also excited to get those reviews and get those comments back. And it's already happening.
Wow. So, is there anything coming up for Prom Guy, for you, or for Tuxedo that you want the world to know about? Any upcoming events, any upcoming promotions, anything upcoming that you want us to know about?
Well, I just told you, one is the Tim Tebow Foundation.
The Tim Tebow Foundation, right. But any other events? Because we're going to be wrapping up in a few minutes. So
February 13th, I think we're doing a huge event during Fashion Week to launch Prom Guy, Prom Girl partnership in New York.
Wow. That's huge.
That's going to be a big one. A lot of celebrities will be invited, a lot of press. I think New District will be playing at that event.
Oh, my gosh.
It's going to be a fun event.
Is there a way we can find out information, Peter, and get tickets?
Yes, absolutely. So Robin, our PR person, I will inform her to make sure that your whole team gets tickets and VIP passes. Yeah,
we can get people out there, and we write for several major spaces, like Vogue, Glamour magazine, besides HuffPost. We're also a few beauty and fashion bloggers for major high gloss magazines too.
Right. So exactly. Like I said, there's going to be a lot that's being planned as we're going through the planning stages right now, but we're excited about it. We're doing cheerleading events. There's so many things. I'm looking at my board here, and I got so many things on there. But I can tell you, keeping this site after it launches, it's going to be interactive. It's going to be it's really going to be co-branded with Prom Girl, and everybody's going to be talking about it because it's the look, and it's fun. And like I said, Robin can follow up with you. And like I said, we would love to have you. We would, you'd be a VIP.
Yeah, we would love to send teams out to come out and, interview you guys in person and take a look at the fashion and stuff that you have going on. We're fashion junkies. It's like, we're the do-it-yourself people in fashion. We love that kind of thing. We love what you offer. We love this. It's convenient. It's very chic. It's tongue-in-cheek. It's very personal, but I have ADHD. I don't want to have to, go in a store and sit down for hours. That takes so much fun out of shopping. If I can go online and have a personalized service like yours, and have, what I mean? It's, I don't wear tuxedos, but just the whole concept of this business model is like concierge at home,
and
literally.
We have concierge stylists on call all the time, and they
wow.
answer all the questions and all about the colors and all about the style. And we're proud of what we've built here, and we're proud of our partnerships, and we'll have more. And like I say, this is something it's going to revolutionize formal wear as we know it today.
Wow, Peter, you're amazing. You're definitely a business guy. I can smell it all over you, and I'm all 3,000 miles away or 2,000 miles away. You're a serious business guy. You are about that life. You are not just talking about it. You are about that life. So, can you just quickly share with us how can we keep up to date with you on social media and what you're doing?
Sure. So we do have social media on both of our sites. And Robin is our PR person. I'll just instruct her to everything that we do. We'll send you updates.
Absolutely. And for your fans, too. Finding you on social media, any fan pages, any, web pages we can go to, and for just our readers, can go and start utilizing your services. I think that's huge, too.
Exactly. So what we're doing is, because our business we call it Bridal Christmas, which is January, February, March.
Wow.
So we kind of in going through with the sites that we had for this year, they were okay. They were just like everybody else's, but we've hired a high-powered digital agency, and the new sites that we're launching are going to be interactive. You're going to see it when that comes out, and that's going to have a whole social media component to it. So each site will have its own identity, and they'll have its own social media, and it will be constant. We do it now on Tuxedo. You can go to it, our Facebook page, and see different things. But I will tell you, starting in the quarter of next year, you're going to see a whole different company. And, we've got, 1,000 wedding planners on our program that are out there that are engaged with the brides from start to finish. They're all getting behind us. So I'm not waiting for the customers to come to me. We're going out there and reaching out.
Going to them.
Bringing them in. And
wow.
We have a referral model, and we're going to connect with all their social media. We're already connecting with New District's social media, and they're going to be the next big boy band. There's no doubt about it. They're really
great. They are. Yeah.
So
I interviewed them on the red carpet. Yeah.
Exactly.
Huge.
So that's all really, really, really good stuff. And once we get this machine, I call it a machine. And, right now the machine's, running at 10-15%. But when I crank that thing up and let it go, it's going to be
it's
really
going to roll.
amazing. It's going to roll. There's no doubt about it.
It's going to roll.
Everything's in place.
Wow. Well, Peter, I just want to, first of all, thank you for taking the time to interview with us here at the Huffington Post today. Your business model is second to none. I can see you just blowing over the world, literally. I mean, you're taking a business model that works, and you're virtualizing it, you're personalizing it, you're concierging it, you're celebritizing it, you are partnering it. I mean, seriously, you have no place to go but up. And you're already there. You don't need my kudos for that. But I just want to let you know that I do acknowledge that's huge. That's huge what you're doing. And heck, I almost wish, I don't wish I was a guy, but I mean, I want some of this service too. It's like, nothing like experience.
If her husband needs a tuxedo, you call me and I'll have it at your doorstep.
I will. I have a son, so, I would definitely put him in a tuxedo.
Well, anytime. Yeah, that's complimentary service that I would love to give you. And I appreciate all the kind words, but everything that you're saying is 100% true. You're great.
Yeah, it is. It's 100% true. It's like, I see it. It's like I'm every word you're saying, I'm internalizing it. I feel it. It's like, wow. And it's 7:00 in the morning. I haven't even had my coffee yet. Okay,
yeah.
so. So it's like, this is huge. And it's like, wow, it's people like you, that, you should, start partnering with, major magazines and stuff, because that's a whole nother aspect that, a whole nother branch where people are like, look, this guy's stuff was in this magazine, this guy's stuff was, and you just start partnering with those magazines because we've done it. It's like, wow. So Robin is amazing. I love Robin. And that's my girl. She is my go-to girl. Literally, Robin is my go-to.
She's our go-to.
So.
She says all the stuff to me. And my schedule's crazy busy. But it's okay. I love to work. I love to build companies. And this is going to be a fun one.
It is. And I want to thank you for your patience as well. For the last couple of days, I just want to thank you. I'm glad that you and I finally got to interview together. And, I look forward to interviewing again. I get the feeling that I'm going to meet you and I'm going to interview you again, Peter. I get the feeling we're going to cross paths.
We're going to launch really cool things in L.A., too. So when I get out there, have Robin reach out to you, and we'll invite you to some of those events.
I would love that. And, we're all about collaborations, too. So I can't wait to see and hear more and work with you and Robin. And it becomes a family. And, as you know, it's all about partnerships. And people do business with who they like, know, and trust. And you're that guy. So, that's the energy that I get off you. That's the energy that I get. You're no nonsense. What you see is what you get, but you have a good heart. You come with the truth. You can get the world. You come with flim flam. You won't be here. So I love your personality. It's like I get you. I get it. I got it.
Well, we're already in love with each other, so that's a good thing.
Totally. Well, you know what? This will be going up on iTunes in the next 24 hours. It'll be going on TuneIn Radio, Blog Talk Radio. It'll be going on several radio stations and podcasts, as well as it will be up in the Huffington Post as well. So I totally look forward to, working with you, Peter, and hearing more about you.
I'm looking forward to hearing the interview. So I just go on iTunes.
Oh, great. Okay, Peter, well, if you have any questions, let Robin know, and we'll make it happen for you. And congratulations on this business model. And I love the UK. I love what you're doing. And you're that guy, and I love it. And I don't just say that to people because, I just don't have time for it. If I see it, I say it. If it's not there, I'll find something else. You know what I mean?
I know. I'm the same way. I'm pretty, as you know from this interview, I'm pretty direct.
Totally direct, but you have a big heart, and that's what makes it beautiful. That's what makes you a beautiful person, is you have a big heart in the whole process.
Well, thank you. I really.
That's the difference.
There is a difference, and you're identifying it really. I could say, when I meet somebody, I know in the first 3 seconds what I'm dealing with.
Wow.
But I think we've kind of felt that connection here today, so that's a good thing. And I hope that I'm able to connect with all my customers the same way, and I think we will. And we will control this business, and that's what it's all about. It's giving people great service, great product, and making everybody happy.
Oh, I know you will. And I can just see you in all the spaces. I can see you in all these places, and you're going to go far and wide. You don't need me to tell you that, but I'm telling you from my perspective that you are, and I'm really proud of you. And I thank you so much for being patient. And it's great you're a business guy, but then you have these values that come out, and it comes across in your interview. And Peter, that's your brand actually. So that's where I'm going to leave that. That's your brand. You have all these business things, but then who you are comes out. And who you associate, because you are the sum total of who you associate with. And when you're talking about Tim Tebow and Michael Kors, and what I'm saying, and then just the patience within the last 2 days, and the giving to the children, it speaks volumes to the character and the makeup of the individual. And that's when you have beautiful people. That's when you have beauty. That's when beauty comes out. So again, brains, beauty, business. That's huge.
Well, thank you for the kind words, but what you just said is what I believe. And that's the most important thing.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Peter. And you have this. We'll have everything to you in the next 48 to 72 hours.
Great. Well, thank you for your time. Really appreciate it. All right, thank you.
The pleasure's all mine.
Mine too. Thanks. Thank you, and goodbye.
Thank you so much, Peter. Likewise. Bye-bye.